Hey, it's illegal to film ICE agents now. If you film an ICE agent, you're a domestic terrorist. I hope you don't still think you live in a democracy. I hope you don't think that you're voting in 2028.
Jesus Christ, Chris, I understand that your rage bait, your doomer catastrophizing content has made your account blow up real fucking big and has earned you an awful lot of bread over the last year. But this is straight up misinformation. You should know better than this. I understand it gets you lots of clicks, so maybe that incentivizes you to spew shit that you know is not true. It is not illegal to film ICE agents. Nothing gets me hotter under the collar than fucking doomer leftist men who make this kind of content. The world is over. America is cooked. We're totally fucked. Go watch my pinned video at the top of this TikTok account. This is an old shtick for Chris. This gets him mad clicks. But it's always a bunch of bullshit, and all it does is freak people the fuck out. We as creators have a responsibility to our audience. If I had a nickel for every catastrophic doomer, we're all fucked, it's all over take that Chris Valenti has had over the last year, I could fucking buy myself another bottle of scotch. I'm so fed up with this bullshit. Doomerism comes from a place of intense privilege. Sure, you can have this belief that we're all cooked and everything's over, so we don't have to organize and fight at all. If you're going to be mostly okay under fascism, that is why over and over and over again, it's white men who make this kind of content. They're also the kind of bros who have the pure hubris to make these predictions. They think they're fucking Nostradamus, but they're going to be right. Oh, this happens. This means that this is the beginning of the military occupation of this entire country. This is Donald Trump suspending the Constitution. This is the end of the midterms. You're not going to vote in 2028 over and over and over again. They have these catastrophic predictions that scare the shit out of people. And over and over and over again, they come to naught. Because they're a bunch of bullshit. Because guess what, Chris? You can't see into the future, just like Donald Trump can't see into the future. You're engaging in the same bullshit future faking that the fascists engage in, except why are you doing it other than for money? Why are you doing it? What is the purpose of this kind of content? Because I really can't figure it out other than these guys want permission to not have to actually organize and resist. And also they want to make a bunch of fucking money off of this doomer content, because content that gets people's cortisol through the roof, that gets them panicking, they're going to click on it, they're going to watch it. These bros want permission to give up in advance, because if the future is already written and we've already lost and there aren't going to be elections and there's going to be a military style dictatorship and the future of this country is just fascism and America is over, then you don't have to actually organize and fight. You don't have to give of your resources, of your time, of your energy. You don't have to come together with other people to resist and stop this madness if you believe that it's all inevitable and that the doomers are right. And I get so fucking mad. My comments over the last 2 days have been full of people on YouTube who are like, Angela, I need you to talk about the fact that you can no longer film ICE, because a lot of my content is about how important it is for us to document what is happening, both so that we can help immigrants in court cases now and also for the post-Trump era. And so my comments have been full of people who are like, oh my God, I heard that it's illegal now to film ICE. No, it's not. And it's people like fucking Chris Valenti who scare the shit out of people and make them believe these lies. Chris, how dare you? This is so fucking irresponsible. Of course, I can click on video after video after video of yours that are equally irresponsible.
Hey, by the way, Congress is moot. Congress doesn't have any fucking power over this guy. This guy's a Führer. He's not a president. He'll just override anything Congress does. He does not
Why is it these bros are always pontificating? They're always like so fucking condescending, like, I'm going to school you. This is the way it is. No, Congress is not moot, Chris. The whole problem that we're in right now is largely because Congress is refusing to exercise the power that they actually do have. Congress could come in and check Donald Trump at any point in time. The Republicans who control the House and the Senate are choosing not to. bullshit like this, making it sound like Donald Trump is an all-powerful king and nobody can stop him, much less all of the people who are actively supporting him right now. Like, fuck off with this. This is so wrong, so incorrect. And I really question what the motivation is of people like Chris who are dead set on discouraging people from acting, and then also just like spewing the worst possible, it's not even the worst possible interpretation, an entirely inaccurate interpretation of what is happening. I saw a mutual of mine be like, oh, Chris, I respect your work. What? Why? Especially if you're a woman creator, if you are a person of color who's a creator, why is it that you respect bros who spew this doomer nonsense? Because from my experience, my audience gets real freaked out by this shit. All it does is paralyze people, encourage people to give up in advance, make people afraid to organize and exercise their rights. It is entirely legal for you to film what ICE is doing. Let me just read here from the ACLU. The First Amendment protects the right to record and disseminate footage of law enforcement carrying out their official duties in public. This includes ICE and Customs and Border Patrol or any other officers engaged in immigration enforcement activity. To me, part of what is so particularly upsetting about Chris's absolute bullshit video is that he took something from the mouth of like Kristi Noem or Trisha McLaughlin, known liars, Stephen fucking Miller, and he's treating it like gospel truth and regurgitating it to his audience of God knows how many hundreds of thousands of followers. Why is it that you are lending credibility, you are legitimizing the words of the mouthpieces of this regime, of known liars like Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller, and Trisha McLaughlin? Why would you do that? Why would you give them power that they don't have? Why would you agree with their lies, platform their lies, legitimize their lies like this, Chris? I know you've come at me for other videos where I've criticized your absolute shit takes, and you've been like, oh, well, this is an important part of helping people understand what's going on. And, you know, I'm pro-resistance. Your actions, the kind of content that you make, it doesn't actually help people organize. It doesn't actually help people feel motivated, empowered to come together and act. All you're doing is scaring people, demoralizing people, and spreading misinformation for profit. So let's just make it really clear here. The courts have ruled repeatedly that you have a right to film law enforcement and to post those videos publicly. The 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 10th, and 11th Circuit federal courts have all ruled that your right to film law enforcement is protected under the First Amendment. Over and over and over again, the federal court has affirmed our right to film law enforcement against the arguments of DHS. Yeah, we see these fucking fail-son ICE chuddies repeatedly threatening American citizens because they want to intimidate you out of documenting the illegal things that they're doing because they don't want to face accountability now or in the future. Of course, they're lying. Of course, they're making threats that are not legal. So why the fuck, Chris Valenti, are you making it sound like what they're saying is legitimate? Why are you legitimizing their lies? There's video after video after video of ICE agents threatening American citizens who are filming them, waving weapons in their face, chasing them down, assaulting them, even abducting them. One of those cases happened on the west side of Portland, where ICE agents chased down and abducted a woman who was filming their illegal actions. Guess what? She was released with no charges because it's not illegal to film ICE and post those videos online or share them with your friends. I want to leave y'all here with a quote from Adam Rose, who is the director of advocacy for the Freedom of the Press Foundation. He said, there's a reason DHS and its counterparts keep getting humiliated in court when they pretend to be victims of being filmed. They're losing in front of juries. Judges are calling them not credible. It's important to not normalize the absurd language from DHS. You hear that, Chris? It's important to not normalize the absurd language from DHS. I get you think that you're on the political left. I get you think you have some sick takes criticizing the regime, but more often than not, the content I see from you is just doing the job of the fascists for them, is spreading fascist propaganda, is legitimizing the illegal actions of the regime and encouraging people to give up in advance. We have a responsibility to our audience to give them accurate information to help encourage and motivate them, even if that kind of content is not as profitable.